welcome to the No Spin News, Monday, June 24th, 2024. Stand up for your country. Debate week is here. It's already nasty. It didn't take long. This morning, CNN, we're going to play it for you in a moment. That didn't take long. Wall Street Journal today has a very interesting editorial. I urge you to read it. And I guess read it online, although I think the Wall Street Journal wants money, but it's really worth seeking out. The editorial is what I have been telling you. If Biden's reelected, forget it. The progressives are going to run wild. And the Journal hones in on the tax hikes. So Biden wins in November, and he gets both the Senate and the House. Forget it. Wealth tax, every tax in the world, it's all going to be passed along to the American consumer. So he can say, oh, nobody under 400,000 is going to be taxed, get a tax hike. It's a lie. Because everybody knows, you tax corporations, they want to raise it up to almost 30% in New York. The tax on not just New York, nationwide, be more than 30% in New York. The corporate tax. And it would all be passed on to the consumer because corporations control the food flow, the fuel flow, every flow, unless you're living in a lean-to in some forest. Okay? So this Wall Street Journal sounds the alarm going, you won't believe the socialism that's coming if Biden is reelected because there are no constraints on him. Now, if the Republicans control the House and Senate, he couldn't get anything done. Can't do an executive order on taxes. But it's really worth reading this editorial. Okay, debate week. That's the subject of the Talking Points memo this evening. So I want to walk through this. I love this story, by the way. I think this is just the epitome of what's going on in this country. So CNN has a morning program nobody watches. I mean that literally. They do less than 500,000 viewers a day. I mean, that's just, you could put a chimpanzee on for an hour. And if you put 2 or 3 of them on, you'd get about 500,000 people. Wonder what that monkey's going to do now. Is that monkey eating? It's so low for a nationwide broadcast. All right. One of the anchors is a woman named Kasie Hunt. I don't know her. She looks like a professional. I mean, I don't have any beef against Kasie Hunt. She invites Trump National Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt on the program, okay? Ms. Leavitt accepts the invitation because CNN's carrying the debate on Thursday. All right. So Ms. Leavitt comes on and says to the audience, look, Donald Trump goes to places where he's unpopular. Roll the tape.
And that's why President Trump is knowingly going into a hostile environment on this very network, on CNN, with debate moderators who have made their opinions about him very well known over the past 8 years and their biased coverage of him.
So I'll just say my colleagues, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, have acquitted themselves as professionals as they have covered campaigns and interviewed candidates from all sides of the aisle. I'll also say that if you talk to analysts of debates previous, that if you're attacking the moderators, you're usually losing.
Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently,
we're going to stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking
Trump
my colleagues.
Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
Debooted Karoline. Okay. Number one, Kasie Hunt was wrong and foolish for booting Trump's press secretary. Would have been much better television if she allowed Ms. Leavitt to say what she wanted and then rebut it. I understand Ms. Hunt wanted to get props by protecting her colleagues. I got it. But she's in business to shed light on subjects. So that was a mistake by Kasie Hunt. She'll let it play out a little bit more. Now, I booted guests. You know that. I booted them. Not many. I mean, the most confrontation ever was the Barney Frank O'Reilly interview. You should Google. I didn't boot him, but I called him out. Okay. The second point is I don't get why Karoline Leavitt is doing that way in a very confrontational way. Why would you want to do that? Here's the way she should have done it. She should have said, this is Karoline Leavitt, Trump's spokesperson, hey, our campaign is a little bit worried that we're not going to be treated fairly by Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, the moderators, based on past history. We're a little bit worried. Can you reassure me, Ms. Hunt, that we'll be treated fairly? That would have been much better. So you get the same message across, but you're not launching into a frontal assault on CNN. See, this is sophisticated analysis. I understand, but I've been in the business 50 years. I know what I'm doing. So I don't begrudge the Trump campaign for bringing out that CNN has been brutal to Donald Trump since he almost got into politics. When I say almost, there was a grace period where CNN's numbers, ratings, went up because Trump was in the game. And they weren't that savage toward him until he started to compete with Hillary Clinton. Then they got more and more and more anti-Trump. That's York. Now, Jake Tapper, as I have said on this program, probably too much, is, in my opinion, a zealot, a left-wing zealot. He plays a game, but he's never going to give Donald Trump or any conservative a fair shake. Bash, not so much. I don't see her as a zealot. She's more of a company woman. So I'm not going to bash because I know where she's coming from. I kind of like Hunt's feistiness, and I hope she gets to hear what I'm saying tonight. Because if Leavitt goes on and attacks my colleagues, I'm going to have to defend them. But I wouldn't defend them by booting her off. You're basically taking some pretty extraordinary television and throwing it out the window. No. You got to have a stronger argument. Now, in this case, I don't think Kasie Hunt or any human being could rebut that Jake Tapper hates Donald Trump. It's impossible. He does. So I don't know how you defend that. And Hunt can't say anything bad about Tapper because CNN executives would go in and carve her up. So anyway, that is the first salvo. That happened this morning, right? Monday morning. What a kickoff to debate week, and that's the memo. All right, President Biden is in Camp David. He's been there for the last 3 days, and he's rehearsing. All right? So he's not doing the people's business. He's rehearsing. Now, I got a letter. I'm going to read it at the end of the program, but I want to tease it so you stay with us for the whole 41 minutes here. I got a letter about, well, if Biden is so impaired mentally, how could he possibly memorize anything? I will explain. Donald Trump's in New Orleans raising money, but remember, he's not president. So he can go anywhere he wants because he doesn't have responsibilities to we the people. Biden's president. And then Trump is going to go to Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach, 90 degrees, and do debate prep Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they both go to Atlanta for the Thursday confab at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be all over the blanking place on Thursday. So we'll have this broadcast before the debate. We'll have WABC Radio, our flagship. I'll be on live 9 to 10, basically doing play-by-play of the debate. If you want to hear that and you don't live in the New York area, all you got to do is go WABC.com and you can hear it live. So as the debate is going, I'm going to be on the radio doing play-by-play. I don't know if this has ever been done before, and I don't know if I can pull it off, but I'm going to try. Then after the debate, I'm going to be on News Nation. All right? So it's too much of me. I'm overexposed, but it's so important. And I'll be fair on the debate. If Biden holds his own, I'll tell you Biden holds his own. Okay? I'm going to tell you everything about it. And finally, I have a secret source at the debate. I can't tell you anything more about it. Okay? But I really developed this. I got somebody, a human being, there, who's going to tell me exactly what's happening behind the scenes. So this is where you want to be. BillO'Reilly.com, No Spin News, our radio affiliates, WABC in New York radio. All right. That's a pretty good plug, right? Okay, cash on hand. So Trump has passed Biden in cash. According to the Federal Election Commission, Donald Trump has $117 million in the bank, and Biden's got $92 million. Now, that'll, of course, swell. And a guy named Tim Mellon, he's the heir to the Mellon fortune, has given Trump $50 million, the Make America Great Again PAC. You can't give it to Trump. You got to give it to Political Action Committee. And that's on top of $25 million he gave earlier. But here's the rub on Mellon. He's also given Robert Kennedy Jr., the third party candidate, tens of millions of dollars too. But apparently he doesn't like Biden at all. But former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg counters with $19 million to Biden's PAC. $19 million out of Bloomberg's pocket. I'm surprised. Bloomberg's got to know how far left these people are. And he did not govern New York City in a far left way, Bloomberg. Okay, there was a very interesting soundbite on HBO. It comes from former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is back in the political game. I'll explain that in a minute. Here's the soundbite. Go.
The Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. And if his name was not Donald Trump, and if he wasn't running for president, I'm the former AG in New York, I'm telling you that case would have never been brought. And that's what is offensive to people. And it should be, because if there's anything left, it's belief in the justice system.
No, there's nothing left then, because the justice system in America has collapsed. Simple as that. So anyway, why did Cuomo do that? Cuomo is a Democrat. Democrats don't like Trump. They don't like him at all. Why did he do it? Here's why. Cuomo's going to run for either mayor of New York City, and that'll begin in 25, the campaign, or governor of New York, his old job, and that would begin in 2026, because Hochul's up in 27, and Adams, the mayor, is up in 26. So he's either going to run for one of those two. He's not going to get the progressive left vote in New York because they're the ones that got him out. They're the ones that attacked him. It wasn't Republicans attacking Andrew Cuomo. He got booted out for all of this, you remember, misbehavior, but that was all politically motivated. Not to say he didn't do anything. I don't know what he did. But he was never charged with anything, but I do know the progressive left wanted him gone. They attacked him. So he's never going to get their vote. So he's got to go tack back to the center to get independent votes in New York and moderate Democrats. That's why he's doing that. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, as you know, the governor of Arkansas, I said would have been Trump's best VP pick. They had worked together. She is a very, very solid, smart woman, okay? But she says she's not going to do it and doesn't want any federal politics for 6 years. Roll the tape.
I love the job I have. I'm excited to be back in Arkansas. I think we're doing really great things, and I look forward to keeping this job for the next 6.5 years.
That's smart, because she will be a presidential contender down the road, and she'll be able to raise her children in Little Rock, and so, okay. But by far, she would have been Trump's best choice. Now, the three guys that are leading the sweepstakes for VP are North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum. He ran for president. You may know him. Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, very, very conservative man. Opposes the Ukrainian war. That could be a problem. Okay. And they don't have Scott on the list. I think South Carolina Senator Tim Scott's being considered, but I don't know. And then Marco Rubio, Florida Senator. Out of those three, Vance, Burgum, or Rubio, if that's what it is, and I don't know, okay, the strongest VP would be Rubio. Just my opinion. Many of us are struggling to keep up with everyday bills, food, gas, even power. If you own a home, please call my friends at American Financing. Interest rates have dropped into the fives, which is nearly a quarter of the average credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $854 a month by tapping into home equity and wiping out high interest credit card debt. $854 a month is like a $10,000 raise. Credit card interest rates are insane. You know that. And most of us are carrying a balance each month. So please call American Financing and take care of it all today. And if you call today, you may not have to make next month's mortgage payment. That's American Financing. 888-462-9557. 888-462-9557. Or visit americanfinancing.net/bill. All right, let's go to the mail. We got John Robert, Milton, Delaware. Mr. O'Reilly, Biden has to hide out at Camp David for a week to prep for the debate. Who's running the country? The same people who run the country every day. I gave you their names. You know, there's 3 or 4 of them in the White House, and they run the country. Biden doesn't run the country. Michael Dreyer, Ocala, Florida, with the upcoming debate this week, who decides what questions will be asked? CNN decides. That's who. Thomas Pereira, Bradenton, Florida, your suggestion for Mr. Trump to propose a question to the moderators before he answers is a great tactical move. Another would be to start each answer with the name of a recent victim of Biden's open border. I wouldn't do that. I'm going to stay on the real solid facts. You don't need emotion. People have it. Mike Murray, Dallas, Oregon. There's no way Biden survives the debate unless CNN gives him the questions in advance. Okay, last time, that's not going to happen. If CNN did that and was caught, they could come up on criminal charges of fraud. It's not going to happen. I don't care what the far right people are telling you. Okay. Alice, I'm nervous about the debate. I know Biden will be rehearsed to death and programmed, but Trump must be able to handle that. Trump can handle Biden. Trump's got to handle himself. He's got to be fact-based. He can handle Biden. Bill, you are finally going to say that Barack Obama is behind the scenes helping pull the strings with other USA haters. I'm not going to say that unless evidence emerges. It's not what we do here. Joan, if Biden truly has dementia, here's what I mentioned about Joan. How can he memorize answers? Because there are different stages of cognitive decline. It's not like you're out of it completely. It just goes and you deteriorate. So they're hoping he has flashes of lucidity on Thursday night. Mary Altoro, Norwalk, Connecticut, when you said to Mike Rowe, I feel the country's in steep decline, my heart sank. It's in steep decline, but it can pull out fairly quickly. We have the resources to do that. Okay, as you know, we are trying to save you money, and we got a lot of people who want to be concierge members, okay? But the fee is about $100, a little bit more. So they're holding back. So I've come up with something that this is a tremendous deal. If you sign up or re-up your membership, this is a limited time now for concierge membership, direct access to me. I will help you in life. you get not only a free book, any book you want, including Confronting the Presidents out September 10th, all right? You get a Not Woke mug. You get them both free. What else can I do besides come to your house? And I can't because I don't have time. Concierge membership, BillO'Reilly.com. You get the yearly membership re-up. You get another year wherever you are. And you get the mug, Not Woke, and any book, including Confronting the Presidents, free of charge. Can't do better. Do not be a puzzlewit, Puzzlewit, when writing to me. Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Name and town, back in a moment. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Have you ever been buried in debt, piles of overdue bills, threatening phone calls, and it just won't stop? Done with Debt is your way out. They have developed aggressive new strategies to end your debt permanently. Done with Debt tirelessly negotiates with your creditors to lower or even forgive what you owe. And they do it all without bankruptcy or new loans. Done with Debt has unique strategies to get you out of debt faster. But you need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive. Visit donewithdebt.com and talk with one of their debt relief strategists for free. You have nothing to lose except your debt. Go to donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com. Okay, final thought, new book alert. Martin Dugard, Taking London. Winston Churchill and the Fight to Save Civilization. This is different from the Killing books. All right, this is more centered on history and how it evolved. It's not narrative based like the Killing books are. I mean, Dugard knows how we do it, but Marty's a serious historian and a great researcher, as you know. So I'm reading the book now, along with Kirk's book, and I'm learning a lot about Winston Churchill, and Clementine, his wife. So you might want to consider that. Taking London, Martin Dugard. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to have a wild week on this debate. So we hope you stay with us every step of the way. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.